Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Newton, it's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on.
You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Hey, orbit. Here we go. Hey, check Mike. Watch it, 5. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. Half. Long day. Shift. Check 13. Check regular.
Now Allen steps away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Newton. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me.
A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. They'll start on the ground with Balaj, and he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From midfield, here's Allen. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On 2nd down now, it's Newton. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
56, 56. 5.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Allen off the play fake. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on first down. Newton. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
And going deep. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Gets this one to Hill. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Murray to air it out again. Over the middle, complete. That's Jimenez. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing now is Murray. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 37. Check 37. 57. We go. 57.
To throw, it's Allen. From the left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
319.
On play action, Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Play fake. Murray. Blitz coming And down he goes.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 55 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Throwing is Murray on third down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A great return there of 22 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They run it with Balaj. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Let's go, D. 24 is the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
Now Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mecole Hardman, touchdown number 15 of the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means two.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow to be.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This is taken at the 23. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Ringo. 57 the mark.
Again, it's Balaj. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Balaj, a little juke, and he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
3 down. Check motion.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, And you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they try the right side here. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Alert, alert, alert! He's coming, he's coming, he's coming! We got double up, double up. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Mike's 57, 57. Regular, 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 regular. It's a party now. Take 4, take 4.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, high 7. Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get put
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Murray. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Alert, alert, alert. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. I got it. 55's Mike,
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Strong right. Go. 24 is the mic. Let's go tackle the middle. We got this. Safe. Check. Check 99. Monday. Check the backer. Check. Alert. Check your hot read. Pick the edge. Go. Watch safety green.
Now Allen to throw. To throw again. Forced out to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old... School in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of it? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.